You know, this is an honor. Just being here is an honor. And they were asking me about what I thought about the Eyegore Awards. And to me, the Eyegore Awards are like the badass of the Oscars. You know, don't get me wrong, man. Oscars, that's the shit. You know? But you get an Oscar for like, you get an Oscar for like, ooh. You get an Oscar for like, oh. You get an Eyegore Award for, and screaming, And that's what I love about them. And not many directors can claim they raised money for their first film by selling their body to science. And again, Robert Rodríguez isn't just any filmmaker. The $7,000 he raised as a guinea pig allowed him to write and direct a low-budget action classic, El Mariachi, which launched the career of one of the great filmmakers of our generation, of all times. Despite working with smaller budgets, Robert has continued to deliver huge results with a diverse range of movies. Action films, like the Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Desperado. Machete. And the family trilogy, Spy Kids. And then widely innovative Sin City. But it was in horror that Robert truly found a new special talent with films such as The Faculty, Planet Terror, and I just thought about Planet Terror, and with this collaboration in 1996 with Quentin Tarantino that established Robert Rodríguez as the master of horror from dusk till dawn. And that's considered a cult classic of the genre, continued deeply as a cutting-edge television series on El Rey Network. And now a live experience here at Hollywood Horror Night. Let's take a look of an artist and a troublemaker and an icon of independent filmmaking, the rebel without a cruise, Robert Rodríguez.
Be cool. You be cool. Kneel and worship at the feet of Santanico Pandemonio!
It's my pleasure to present the next Eyegore Award to my family, my friend, the founder and chairman of El Rey Network, and one hell of a filmmaker, my best pal, Robert Rodríguez.
Universal, Eyegore. So great, Johnny Depp lost 2 eyes in Once Upon a Time, Mexico. It's a very fitting award. Michelle Rodriguez lost 2 eyes in Machete. So I love that they named this the Eyegore. It's great to be presented by, from ex-con to icon, Mr. Danny Trejo. We've been working together so long. I remember when I went to him on the set of Desperado, because nobody knew who the star of the show was. We were in a small town in Mexico, but everyone gravitated towards Danny, and they thought he was the star of the show. Because he just had this look, and I knew that that was a star presence that nobody had. So I went up to him back then, this was in '94, and said, someday you're going to be in a movie called Machete. I've got his character named Machete. 15 years later, we made it. So even his mom would call him Machete. He became known as Machete even after he did 200 films. So that's the kind of person Danny is. He'll take a character and make it so iconic that you can't even think of him as anything else. So to be presented by him and alongside Greg Nicotero, who, 18 years ago we did Dusk Till Dawn together. And now we're here at Universal Studios to celebrate Dusk Till Dawn again, because there's a television series on El Rey, and they have a maze that we'll get to walk through. So I've seen the titty twister be built 3 times now. Once in the original film, once in the series, and now tables are turned. I get to go get scared of my own maze. I'm going to practice the scream I always heard my mom give when we'd sneak up behind her. She had 10 kids, so she had no nerves. All her nerves were shot by the end. So you just walk up behind her, you'd have to whistle, like, before you came into the kitchen, otherwise she would scream. Blood-curdling scream I've never heard in a movie. I'll attempt it tonight. If you'd walk into a restaurant and somebody would drop something, she would just scream, not even realize the scream came out of her mouth. I walked by and said, Mom, you just screamed really loud. She'd go, really? I said, yeah, you walked and that person dropped the thing and you went, scared the crap out of her. So anyway, that's what I'll sound like tonight at the maze. And you too! So thank you all for this. Great to be here alongside icons who made me scream from the beginning. John Landis, watched American Werewolf in London so much growing up and admired so much the work, and just to read about in my Fangoria magazine, the work of Rick Baker and what they did so inspired me to be a filmmaker and get to do this stuff. I know that's stuff being Greg Nicotero talked about all through the making of Dusk Till Dawn, doing practical effects where things were done really with your hands, and it's so cool to see that this still tradition is alive. And we wouldn't get to do what we do if it wasn't for the audience. Because unless there's people out there screaming, we'd just be standing up here, on an empty stage. So thank you all for keeping horror alive. Because that's what inspires us to keep getting to play with makeup effects and make people scared. It's our dream, and we're glad that you're a part of that and make that happen. So onward, let's keep it going, Universal. Let's keep scaring the shit out of people. Thank you.
Well deserved. Congratulations, Robert.